So the health benefits of the ketogenic diet. Probably the one that most people, and the reason why they signed up, is to lose weight. And it's incredibly effective. I mentioned earlier insulin, but insulin resistance is that state that people get in. This is like almost, I'd say 85% of Americans now. But insulin resistance is when you're no longer able to shuttle glucose into the cells of your body to use it as fuel. It's when you have an abundance of glucose consistently coming in the bloodstream. The pancreas produces insulin, picks up that glucose molecule, and it goes over to like the cell door, right? And it's kind of like knocking on the door, like, hello, hello, let me in. But when you have too much glucose trying to get in that door, it's kind of like too many people trying to get into the club, right? And the bouncer's like, you can't be here, go somewhere else, right? So when the door is like that, when the cells become resistant, that's insulin resistance. And that's where we're in a chronic state of storing fat. Again, what we're doing here is stopping the intake of glucose, of refined carbohydrates specifically, increasing our intake of protein and fat, so we stop producing so much insulin. And when we do that, the pancreas isn't working so hard. So we improve insulin sensitivity, which allows us to burn more fat, which improves our energy, right? It's a very simple concept, but during this first 2 to 3 weeks, people can lose a ton of weight just by this very shift in where they're getting their fuel. Another big, huge benefit, I mentioned earlier about epilepsy, but brain and neurological disorders in terms of minimizing your chances of ever having Alzheimer's, dementia, or any seizures like epilepsy. We're finding that the ketogenic diet is incredibly effective for that. And one of the main reasons is because of the high intake of fat. And your nervous system, your nerves, your brain, essentially all fat. So you're really giving more of it in terms of what it is. And when you do that, the brain really lights up in a big way. And then metabolic disorders. So that insulin resistance thing is one part of what I call metabolic syndrome, which is also type 2 diabetes, high triglycerides, your risk for cancer, your risk for heart disease. These are all metabolic disorders, also known as diseases of civilization. So that shift in where you get your fuel radically reduces and many times can fix a lot of the issues people are having with that.